Honestly, I've never liked videos with titles like this. I always thought it's clickbait or it has not much substance, so it's quite ironic that I'm making a video like this, but I do feel like there's a tool, method, hack, you name it, that I started using about 2 weeks ago, and it has started making an actual difference in my life from the very beginning. And it's a very positive change, a very positive impact. So I have this urge that I need to share it. I need to share it with you in case it helps you too. Because I think it will. I think it could help you. I pinky promise. Is this how you pinky promise? But in order to know whether it actually will help you, I do have a few notes.
Has any of this ever happened to you and made you feel really shitty? Your idea gets dismissed in a meeting. A relative criticizes you about your choices. A teacher or colleague corrects you in front of others. Someone posts a really mean comment about you. A friend cancels plans last minute. And suddenly you spiral. You feel rejected, angry, irritated, anxious, ashamed, embarrassed, or just not good enough.
Can you relate to some of this, any of this? I know I certainly can, because these are examples of things I've been through, things I've had experienced. And I think they are very human emotions, very human things to go through, and they suck. No one wants to feel like this. No one wants to have a terrible day like that. You wake up with all the intention in the world to have an amazing day, and then so many things happen that just make you triggered, anxious, stressed, feel bad, feel mistaken, feel blamed, feel wrong, feel hurt. And I think this happens often, unfortunately. At least it has happened to me pretty often in the past, that I would feel that a lot of things trigger me and bother me and make me not have the best of times and make me not be in a good mood. So what I learned recently, and what I think will help you too, if you are on board to learn this, is to say 2 words. When there's some negative emotion triggered, you pause and say, let them. This sounds like, what the hell, why would that help? I learned about this from Mel Robbins' book, Let Them. There's also a poem called Let Them by Cassie Phillips, and the concept itself is not new. It's from Buddhism and Stoicism, radical acceptance. I heard of this before, but I didn't think it would make a big difference. Why should you let people do whatever they want? The point of this is that you cannot control how other people feel, think, or what they do. What you can control is how you choose to respond or what you choose to do after. That's the only thing that is in our control. So when I read about this theory, and to pause and say let them blame you, let them criticize you, let them leave you out of their plans, let them not call you back, all the things that would normally make me feel hurt or sad or misunderstood or wronged or a lot of other negative emotions. Just let people do that. Why? If you let people be who they are, do what they want, say what they want, feel about you the way they want to feel, you let them truly be themselves and show you who they truly are. And if you give them this permission that they can be themselves, you have clarity of what they are like, how they make you feel, and you get to choose what you do. You release this fake illusion that we have control over other people, of what they do, think, or feel about us, and you regain control of what actually we have of control of ourselves. Because the next step after saying let them, you say let me. And why this is important is, yes, you let people be however they want to be, but that doesn't mean you're gonna be a doormat and accept whatever, or let people treat you bad, or say mean things to you. Sometimes let me means let me voice how I truly feel. Let me have a difficult conversation that I need to have because I don't want this person to treat me bad. Let me take a break. Let me distance myself from this person. Let me respect myself and set boundaries. So the let me part is the one where we truly can choose what's best for us in that moment. And I thought this makes a lot of sense, but still I wasn't sure how will this make such a big impact on my life. But then I realized, in my case, a lot of times the let them is something I do. I can be really hard on myself. I can feel really bad about myself if I make a mistake, if I'm wrong, if I mess up. I'm so harsh with me. I am the worst to myself. No one else treats me as bad as I treat myself sometimes in my head. My inner dialogue has improved so much ever since I tell myself, let them. Anna, you made a mistake. It's okay. Let me make a mistake. I'm only human. And now what can I do? Well, I can apologize. I can make up for it. I can finally see with clarity my options instead of just going really hard on myself and criticizing myself and making myself feel really bad. And then make myself feel even worse and worse and worse. Instead of just saying, we're only humans. We make mistakes. Things happen. Will always happen. I'm so worried about disappointing people. I'm so worried about being wrong. I'm so worried about hurting others that I end up disappointing others, that I end up hurting others, because you cannot just be a people pleaser like I have been my whole life and thinking that if you always do and say and act the way people think you should, then you're gonna be liked by everyone. Then you will never be criticized. Then you will never disappoint anyone. Headline news, it doesn't work. You will still end up disappointing someone. You will still end up hurting someone. You will still end up not being able to do what they expect of you, even if you try your best to be that someone else that you are not. And do you know who you disappoint the most when you try to be a people pleaser like I have been my whole life? You disappoint yourself the most because you are not true to yourself. You're not doing the things you want to do. You are not being the way you are actually. You end up being someone else so that you don't disappoint others. And in reality, you let down yourself. And I've done this a million times. So I think what this let me hack method taught me the most is that, first of all, I don't control how other people feel, think, or act. And I should let that go. I've never had that control. I cannot fix or control people. And second, what I do have control of is how I feel, think, or act. And I have the responsibility to do my best. But it's for me. I want to do my best, I want to feel at my best, and I want to try my best. Always. That I will sometimes fall short, of course. That I will be kinder to myself when I fall short. Yes, let me make mistakes. Let me be wrong. Let me be human. Let me be tired. Let me not have much energy sometimes. Let me just be me. Let me write in fluffy notebooks. Let me wear clothes that are for 20-year-olds even though I'm 37. Let me play a board game my entire life even if some people think it's not a job. Just let me be me. It's so liberating when you finally get to embrace that other people's thoughts, actions, and feelings are not your responsibility. You have nothing to do with them. Your own control, your own responsibility is to be unapologetically you. This is your life, your unique story. And we only get this one shot. There's no rehearsal. This is the main show. You're on the stage, you're writing your history. This is your journey. So make the most of it. Don't let other people's feelings, thoughts, or actions change what you think about yourself. Respect yourself and respect others too. Let them be themselves. But respect yourself so that you let yourself be you, who sets boundaries, who has those tough discussions when you need to, who voices when she feels unheard, who voices when she feels hurt, and let yourself be you. Go for your dreams. Sing K-pop and dance to it if that's what you want to. I love K-pop, by the way, this is my new obsession. Just do not worry anymore about how you're gonna be perceived, because how many times we stop ourselves from doing something or pursuing something because we are worried what other people will think.
So from here on, and I'm saying this to myself too, don't waste your time, energy, and mental space on things you cannot control. Invest it into what you do have control of, and that is yourself, and make the most of your life. This is all I had about this tool for you, but I do want to share a few examples and stories of how I try to apply it in my life. Some of them more successfully than others. Let's go.
I was really upset with the progress I'm making at the driving lessons because I feel like I already failed my exam and now I'm continuing with the lessons, but I felt like I can't focus because we are chatting with my instructor and I find it really hard to focus on the road signs and actually pay attention to what I need to learn about because we are having a conversation. So I felt really bothered by this fact that we are chatting and I need to be social instead of just being able to focus on the lesson. And I thought to myself, I need to address this. I need to talk to my instructor and ask to be able to just observe the road and not talk while I'm trying to learn to drive. I was really anxious about having this conversation. I tried to be nice to everyone and I tried to be kind, and I thought that it's gonna come across rude. It's like I don't want her to talk to me. But I gathered my thoughts and I thought what really is the problem is that I am very one channel. If I'm talking to someone, I'm focusing on the conversation. If I'm trying to drive, I'm trying to drive. I can do one thing at a time, and I'm so new at driving that it's a lot going on for me. So this is about me, and that's what I need to say. So I told her, sorry, but could we change from today on that in the lessons that I'm just gonna try to observe and focus, because my brain is really just one channel. I can only do one thing at a time, and I think it would help me a lot to just take in the road signs and what I'm doing and get better and feel more confident at the wheel. And you know what she said? Of course. Do you want me to turn off the radio too? What else can help you? She was so helpful. She was immediately understanding that I'm not the chatty person that I pretended to be. And you know what? You know who created this situation where I feel like I need to be socializing with my instructor while driving? Me. I created it because I felt pressure that if I'm sitting next to someone, I need to be talking to them. So a lot of times I would initiate a conversation and I would ask a lot of questions to her. And so we end up in a dialogue because I thought that's what I'm expected to do. So, moral of the story, a lot of times when we feel forced into something, no one is doing that but us, to ourselves. And when you voice your true needs respectfully, people most of the times will understand it. Just don't blame others. Don't be going after others. Be factual about what you need, and a lot of times people can accommodate it and help you. I was also really mad at an exam I took, a language exam, when before the listening task, the teacher is saying, once the recording starts, I cannot pause it. You're all gonna need to stay quiet. Everything will be repeated twice in the listening tasks. So just listen, write down your answers. I cannot pause this. No questions during the listening. Very clear instructions. So she starts playing the recording, and there's a student who is just going full on panic mode and starts talking to the teacher. Super loud, talks through the recording so no one else can hear the recording, and he is confused about what he has to do. He even asks if question B is the letter E for the answer. He was panicking full on. And I was mad first because this guy is ruining my exam. I cannot hear the task. But then I thought, let them make a mistake. Let them do something that's we're not supposed to. I'm usually all out there for fairness and justice. I have it very much in my blood and veins that everything is to be fair and according to the rules. But this guy is panicking. Let him panic. And in fact, I started feeling compassion for him. You can start understanding where other people come from when you stop judging it and taking it personal. He's not doing it to bother me or to bother the other students in the classroom. He's doing it because he's panicking and he doesn't know what to do. He's confused. So let him be confused and let him express it. And the teacher is there to supervise what's happening, and she dealt with the situation. She paused the recording even though she said she couldn't do that, and then she talked to the student and reassured him that he's doing fine with the task, but he cannot be given the answers. So the situation was dealt with when you let people do what they do, even when it feels like a mistake, or even when it feels like unfair, even when it feels like it negatively impacts you. When you see it for what it is, a lot of times you can understand where they come from or why they are doing it. And that helped me so much. It also helped me the other day when I went to the pool. We have a communal pool which is shared between a lot of houses. So not our own pool, but I go out usually really early in the morning, so there's no one else. I go out because I need to have leggy exercises. My knees are bad, so I need to work a lot on my leg muscles. I go every morning to swim. But that day, I couldn't get up early. I worked till very late the previous day. So I'm going out somewhat later, and there's already kids in the pool. So what do? I usually don't like when there's others in the pool. It's not easy to just go swimming when people are playing in the pool or jumping around and such, but this is the situation. It's my choice what I do with it. So I decide to go. And there are kids who are now jumping into the pool right next to me, and the water is splashing on me. And other times I would have been really frustrated by this fact that they are bothering me. They're not letting me swim. They're ruining my relaxing fitness time in the water. But because I'm trying to practice the let them tool, the let them theory, I told myself, let them be kids. Let them jump into the pool. Let them enjoy the pool the way they enjoy the pool. And then let me go out if it really bothers me. Or let me swim in a different corner and distance myself from them so they are not jumping right onto me or the water is not splashing onto me. I'm the person who came into the pool knowing that there are children in there already. So it is me and only me who has the responsibility, and I have control over whether I go to the pool, whether I stay in the pool. It's not my responsibility what the kids are doing and how they are enjoying their time at the pool. In fact, I started understanding that they're having an awesome time, and that's great. Like, I was happy for them. Instead of being angry at them, I was like, well, these kids are having a great time, so this is a good thing. And if it bothers me, I can go out. Ever since I started practicing the let them theory, I feel a lot less triggered, bothered, annoyed, worried, anxious about what other people feel, do, or act like. I still have that trigger, as I said with the examples I mentioned, but then I'm oftentimes able to pause and say, let them. In my head, I don't say it that loud. I say it in my head, you can do it the way you want, but I say it in my head and it helps me put things into perspective and see the happening, the occurrence, for what it is. See it with more clarity and not let it be flooded by my negative emotions of being hurt, bothered, triggered, worried, anxious, you name it. All the emotions that usually start to spiral. By saying let them, you ground yourself. You're able to stop a spiral and see things for what they are. And then you say let me and choose what you do, what you say, how you respond. Whether it really bothers you, if it's something that's gonna bother you the next day or in a week or months or years time, then it's something that needs to be discussed. If it's something that will not bother you a couple of minutes later already. So apparently this recording also turned into an occasion where I can practice the let them theory because I ran out of storage on my phone mid-filming and half of my video is gone. So let them. Let Anna make mistakes, not prepare her phone, see how much space there was. There wasn't much, there wasn't enough. Let me make mistakes. Let me laugh about it. Let me not be bothered by it. Let me now continue the recording and try to make sense of where I left it. Where did I leave it? So we say let them and then let me. And if it's a small bother, a small annoyance, it's so much easier to let them go by saying let them and let me. And if it's something that is truly hurtful, disrespectful, sad, something that is a heavy and difficult thing to deal with, then let me have those hard conversations. Let me address how I truly feel. Let me talk to this person. Sometimes that's what we need to do. And other times, just laugh. Like I laugh at myself a lot more nowadays. Isn't life better when you can just laugh at the small things and be easy on yourself and be kind to yourself? But yeah, self-respect and respect. Let them, respect them. If they are not respecting you, then let me set boundaries. Step away, not have this person in my life, talk to them, whatever you need to do, but see things for what they are. Ground yourself by saying let them, and then give yourself the power that you have. You choose. You have control over what you do, say, the way you proceed from what happened. And honestly, that's amazing. That is a superpower. That you are writing your own story of your life and make this the best life you can. This is your one and only chance. And I'm saying this to myself too. This is not a rehearsal. We are on the main stage and this is your life, your unique story. So make the most of it. Be unapologetically you. Do not care what other people say, feel, or think about you. And say that also to those negative thoughts about yourself to yourself, because they might have had a bad and very negative inner dialogue for the majority of my life. And I'm trying to not listen to those thoughts. Not every thought deserves a response. It's like a lot of emails coming in. Some of them are spam. Some of them you should not even open or touch or react to. But the let them tool helps you do that. Helps you ground yourself also when you would get triggered. And when you're able to leave behind those old patterns and old triggers, then you can truly grow. And you can truly be the person you want to be, your best self. So that's the journey I'm on. That's what I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to apply this more and more often in my life, and I do see a huge impact. And I'm so keen to share this with you because I think it can make a very positive impact on your life too. So try it out. I do challenge you to try this out, apply it. Whenever you notice a trigger, pause and let them do, say, feel whatever they do. And then say, let me. So important, the let me part. Let me know in the comments below if you have tried it, if you have heard of this, if this video was helpful. And I hope to see you in a future video with more notes from this fluffy, colorful notebook that I write in with this pen, because I still use things that primary school kids use, and I'm 37. But this is who I am, and I no longer will care what people think about it. So be you, truly you. This is your chance to make the most of your life. Don't waste it. Saying this to myself too. Maybe we could talk about regrets next time. That's a good topic too, how to live life without regrets. But for now, let them and let me, let you be you and live your best life. I wish you the very best and see you soon.